We hit a lot of shots tonight. Our defense was locked in, and I couldn't be more proud of how my team played. The last couple games, like I said, we're dialed in right now. My guys are making extra passes. We're creating just great shots for one another. And, I knew that going into this game, it was about handling pressure, right? In the first half, we had 9 turnovers. We stressed that, be able to handle it. But, I'm so proud of these guys and how they're playing right now. It's kind of, you always, as a coach, want to play your best basketball team of the season. There's no question.
Question for RJ. Wasn't that long ago, your last pretty much game of the season did not go at all like you guys wanted, and you have rebounded from that game at CJ. What's different? How did that happen? Just kind of the talks you guys had after that game, whatever.
I think after that, we came together as a team. We talked a lot more. We stressed the biggest word that we've been stressing all playoffs is composure. So that's been a big thing that we focused on, composure and brotherness. Coming together. I think we've had our best practices in the playoffs as well. Really taking care of what we need to do and focusing on the next game. And this has been our goal ever since. So really took
out and. Today it's hard to get out. You want to stay with your routine. As a head coach, I try to stay Of course, the state changes those rules because I need to be here at a certain time. And then I try to tell these guys, and I said this all along, that we want to try to treat this like every other game, but we can't because very seldom do you ever in this environment with everything. As soon as we started to get on the bus, we had a crowd of people cheering us on the bus. We had police escort to UD Arena. So even though as a coach you wanted to be relaxed and have them treat it like every other game, you really can't because guess what? We know what we're at. We're at the Final Four. So, for me, I wanted them to get a good night's sleep. I think we did have an advantage. I want to say that because we are playing in Dayton. They get to sleep in their own beds and get to ride the school bus and things like that. It's not too far away. We had a good walkthrough this morning, I thought. And everybody was really focused. I mean, that's the thing. I try to tell them all the time, just try to focus and come out with energy. And that's the thing. It doesn't matter if you're on the bench or you're in practice. We want you to have, generate that energy type thing and support your teammates and things like that. And I think.
Coach, Coach and the players, can you talk about just the, you guys been here 2 years ago. Ursuline hasn't been here 30 years. Can you just talk about, what you guys, the experience that you had 2 years ago that led to today, to be able to get that win over Ursuline?
Well, for these guys, I think that it was really important to have that experience 2 years ago. And even for myself, I mean, I was at the Final Four 3 times before that as an assistant coach with Coach Petroselli. But when you're a head coach, it's different, right? You have that little added pressure. You have all these things that you have to do. And for me, 2 years ago, I was nervous. I feel pretty relaxed. All my players, I think, sense that in me. I'm a lot more relaxed now than I was 2 years ago about this. I think it is an advantage, no question. But, Coach Gunther's a really good coach. They do a really good job. He's got a young team. That's why I told him in the line. I said, you guys are young, and you'll be back, and I feel like they will. Really difficult. I've been on that side of it too. I mean, we got our butts kicked against St. V's 2 years ago, and came into the press conference in a little different mood. But when you hit shots, and you see it all the time. NCAA, it doesn't matter what kind of basketball you're watching. That 3-point line makes a difference in this game, and when you hit them, it really puts pressure on your defense. And then when you do have a lead, we could spread them out and things like that. Yeah, I think that it's definitely helps us because we have been here before, no question.
The hoop, you play Westerville North the very next day. You guys dealt with some injuries early on. How important do you think it is that you guys have started to peak at the right time of the year?
Well, I think the schedule definitely helped us. I mean, if you play a really tough schedule, it ends up preparing you for the tournament because, and we're very selective in our schedule too. On teams that we play for pressure, like you mentioned, Westerville North. I mean, really pressure, gets after you and forces you, kind of like tonight actually. And we always play teams that try to, really get up in us and pressure us because it prepares you for, teams that like to do that. And then, of course, flying to the hoop. I mean, when you play a team that has, the third best player in his class in the country and the talent level that they played, that's really when I thought that we could be really special because my guys were down 18 at halftime and flying to the hoop against a really good team. And they came in and this young man said, hey, this isn't us. I got on to him a little bit and I said, this is not who we are. And they were fighting on everything, 50-50 balls, everything, and gave everything they had. And of course we made shots and we had a shot to win it at the buzzer and just didn't go in. But to fight back from 18 down against a team as talented as what we played, that showed me that then I thought, oh, we can do some special things.